Thanks for joining us. This is a GOSME program brought to you by Notepad. Of course, there's a lot that needs to be unraveled in this particular interview. Largely because bersama kita pada hari ini di Blue Dome Minds adalah Maris Khan daripada Frontside Media. Beliau merupakan antara skateboarder tersohor negara dan telah berkecimpung dalam sukan skateboarding lebih daripada 2 dekad sahaja. Dan of course, Maris, thank you very much for taking the time to speak with us. Kita nak explore first and foremost about your experience. There's a lot of skateboarders in this country. There's a lot more non-skateboarders in this country. So mungkin kita boleh cerita sikit tentang for those that might not know the world of skateboarding, your experiences all the way from your X Games of 20 years ago sampai hari ini, the kind of brand that you have been building over the past 20 years.
Okay. So skateboarding dah ada kat Malaysia ni almost lebih than 40 years sebenarnya. So sekarang ni is because of the X Games itself sebenarnya yang membantu memperkembangkan, yang memfamouskan skateboard itself. So sekarang ni by that time, basically early 2000 actually dia booming skateboarding, and then because of the X Games datang ke Malaysia, so they start the culture is macam tu ada lah, tapi the culture is more famous, dia orang nak start dari situ, and then setelah situlah sampai sekarang semua orang accept skateboarding tu. Macam
boleh katakan professional skateboarders dekat Malaysia ni berapa orang tu?
Ramai lah sekarang. Semua ramai sekarang mostly is because skateboarding kat dalam dunia semua it depends on dia punya industri. Diorang tak ada depend macam government punya apa,
grant, whatever, support.
Dia support semua mostly. Kalau ada tu is
macam
bonus. It's a bonus. Last time kita ada X Game tu kan. 2000 until 2010 actually we supported by the KBS semua ni. Lepas tu
habis.
Macam tu
so
saja.
they depend on menteri juga, or
menteri juga.
So because of that, the reliance on the government is not so much when it comes to
tapi
skateboarding.
it's a bonus untuk kita. Kami is still alive because of kita orang depends on industry, because industry contribute back to our community. So macam contohnya kami macam Van, semua all the big company semua kan yang dah listed punya company, they involve balik dengan dia ni, dia tribute dia punya, that is the culture, they tribute back to dia punya culture, dia punya culture lah. So that's why we are still alive. So kita masih lagi ada sini, and then the guys semua macam mostly of the branding now actually is a huge punya branding, contribute back to the community. That's why kita still alive ada. Contohnya macam skate shop, skateboard company kan, mostly the local and international itself pun semua memang contribute. That is culture lah.
So because of this macam pay it forward ataupun return back the favour of future generations from the, I guess, past generation. I tak nak cakap old generation sebab kita masih young at heart. But generally speaking, because of this continuity, there is a live culture movement and it is ongoing no matter what.
Betul.
Okay, jadi because of that, now of course you were a pro skateboarder, X Games, ESPN Sports dan sebagainya, and then of course you now move on to entrepreneurship. So maybe you can share with us tentang perniagaan skateboarding, Maris.
Okay, at first sebenarnya skateboarding dia punya jurusan dia besar. Instead pada dulu macam saya siapa start skateboarding dah pandai main, dia akan fikir nak jadi pro skateboarder. That is the first thing that we think of.
Okay.
So and then from there actually when you dah pergi saksikan what is going on the real life actually, also there's any many cabang. So instead pada you pergi situ, you boleh jadi macam I punya cabang, I go to judging. So my international level punya rate is go to judging. I dah nampak awal-awal lah. So I kata I nak pergi judging, so why not? Sebab you pergi nanti you been paid semua benda. Sekarang seronok lagi daripada duduk pergi susah struggle nak menang competition baru dapat duit kan. Pergi hospital benda, saya fikir why not kalau kita pergi jadi
just a different path lah.
Different path tapi it's the same as skateboarding punya. Sebab macam dulu I dengan Pak Din memang ni sebab because of Pak Din is an athlete, so I and judges, so kita pergi sama the same competition, the same apa ni, so mostly kita pergi sama. So why not we are to be together with everything lah. Tapi dia punya mission is different. So Pak Din is going to be athlete, I'm going to be judging him actually. So macam itulah ceritanya. So pada situ kita pecah, dari situ saya nampak okay, kita boleh nampak, okay, mula start branding. So you need to do management. So in do management, so sekarang more tu macam I punya side is macam Pak Din is athlete, more to fikir pasal macam mana nak main skateboard and everything. So saya nak fikir is management, macam development, macam judging system, macam benda semua saya fikir. So it's different path, same to goes to skateboarding. So kat situ lah kita start. Kita orang pun ada branding self. Dulu kita ada branding, semua orang akan jadi skateboarder, akan jadi nak ada branding, nak jadi skateboarder yang ada contribute balik dengan industri. So macam tu lah, ada branding, ada buat management, ada buat tu. Banyak skateboarding punya cabang is huge. Huge. Tapi
Okay,
tak
so
nampak.
from there, you became an entrepreneur. Of course, judging is one element, and then you start your own business. Maybe we can share a little bit more on that.
Okay, saya pernah buat skateboard company. Saya pernah buat management company, judging company. So, si management and judging company still sekarang dalam satu event company, I call it event company lah.
Okay.
So, saya buat sekarang ni ada dengan TV, skateboarding TV, called Frontside TV. So, it's all include together semua lah. It's media, event consultant, management and development punya ni lah. So still I juga kalau mesti ada free time, I sekarang ni ada skate shop. I ada own my skateboard shop. And then I buat coaching, simple je coaching lah.
It's fine.
I punya coaching simple je. I punya coaching back to the roots. What you want to play, I cakap okay, you nak lompat, jom kita lompat. You nak terjun, jom terjun. I tak ada macam ada face, okay, this is the rule number 1. You nak pergi skateboarding, I try to learn, I try to teach them the traditional way, how I into skateboarding. I tak ada macam go to macam poli lompat, kerana I terus terjun dulu baru I try to. So there's no system, there's no yes, there's no there's no wrong, there's no right in skateboarding. So you can boleh you terjun dulu baru you ajar menolak pun boleh sebenarnya. There's no wrong and right lah, itu skateboarding.
So because of that, do you feel that over 20 years ada macam perbezaan antara generasi yang melibatkan diri ataupun berkecimpung dalam skateboarding, or generally speaking skaters tend to be of the same mindset despite the generation?
We cuba untuk continue to enhance the culture lah. Tapi kita kena tahu generasi akan berubah mengikut perubahan semasa. Okay. So perubahan semasa yang saya cakap kan itu macam dulu kita orang struggle untuk skateboarding ni.
Okay.
So sekarang
macam ready made lah.
Skatepark dah merata-rata kan, buka mata dah ada skatepark. So dia punya struggle tu kurang. Tapi mostly now struggle tu kurang. Jadi kuranglah strongness of dia punya friendship, strongness of dia punya
camaraderie, dia
punya chemistry of itu semua memang kurang lah, nampak. And then dia punya adab macam mana berjumpa dengan orang semua kan. Dulu kita minority. So once kita dulu minority, kita selalu tight. Each memang selalu close. So sekarang kita majority, even dalam satu skatepark tu pun kalau you tengok pergi satu skatepark yang besar, contoh Shah Alam ke whatever skatepark kan, hujung-hujung pun tak bertegur.
Oh, I see.
Sebab dia orang
bukan sebab ada enemy ke apa
bukan kan? Hujung-hujung pun tak bertegur. Sebab apa? Because of the culture tu, dia orang tak ajar dia orang macam tu.
But then that's the generation of Gen Z sekarang ni. Maybe dia
lebih kan. And then because of the gadget. So macam
baru nak cakap. So maybe they are friends on Instagram but they don't know people
in
real life.
Itu yang merosakkan keadaan tu. Ini bagi saya lah, this is my opinion. Because what? When you say, let's say this example when WhatsApp, let's say kita cerita WhatsApp, cara orang bergaul, cara orang berinteraksi. So macam aku engkau dalam WhatsApp. Bila kita jumpa, dia pun aku engkau walaupun umur dia 12 tahun.
Oh,
so
I
see
macam, what you mean.
Macam dia punya macam mana dia ajar dia culture tu kan, memang kurang sangat-sangat. Adab macam dulu kita kalau berkumpul mesti salam orang tua.
Ya,
kan? Macam ni. Tak, ini walaupun duduk dalam satu grandstand the same row, tapi hujung-hujung pun tak tegur. So macam pelik lah sekarang ni kan. Semua nak tegur, semua rasa hebat dekat dalam media sosial or whatever, dekat gadget itself kan. Tapi sebenarnya di reality dia orang tak faham. Tu saya cakap, dunia sekarang ni easy come and easy go. Very good skateboarder pun sekarang easy come to go, easy come and then easy go dia go. Sebab apa? Dia rasa senang dapat. Kata boleh belah itu macam sebab dia tak ada struggle tu yang buatkan dia punya value of you struggle to get things tau semua. Dulu macam I cakap, I struggle in skateboard, even I skateboard pun I tak bawa balik rumah. Takut macam mana kau dapat skateboard ni, kau curi ke apa benda kan. So simpan kau kawan kan, kat mana kau dapat baru kita skate. And then skate pun start bukan dapat terus macam ni, macam anak saya dah say lah. Tapi anak saya alhamdulillah lah, dia ikut apa yang kita orang cuba inherit kat dia lah. So macam dia buka celik-celik mata, beranak je dah nampak skateboard dalam mata. So dah give, dia tak pernah struggle untuk dapat beli skateboard tu. Macam mana dapat skateboard tu? Senang bapak dia dah bagi lah. Contoh macam anak saya lah. Tapi tu saya cakap, tapi still saya suruh dia struggle to get that thing is not easy lah. Walaupun skateboard tu dia pakai, saya cakap sampai teruknya baru saya tukar. Sampai ni saya tak nakkan dia ada demand on it because of dia senang dapat kan, easy to get. Tu macam budak sekarang, kalau senang bapak yang bagi, okay nak skateboard pergi main. And okay coaches begini, ini anak saya ajar main. Budak-budak pun macam kan, so that they have interest. Zero interest is people force them to play. Tak ada macam dulu kita memang berminat untuk main. You earn. Macam tu, macam saya cakap, saya bagi contoh macam Tiger Woods. Saya bagi contoh kan, Tiger Woods is not a golfer actually. So he start because he minat the golf. Even saya tengok mana golfer, anak-anak dia tak jadi golfer pun. Kan? Sebab itu apa yang bapa saya nak. Kan? Mostly lah, tak cakap semua kan, tapi ada yang jadi, ada yang tak jadi. Tapi kita tengok contoh macam Tiger Woods. Dia bukan a golfer, tapi he is a good golfer because how he betul-betul minat at the golf kan. Jadi KD, from there he start to learn apa semua sampai jadi a golfer, good golfer. Macam tu lah maksud I. Sebab dia earn dulu.
Right. There's still a lot more to be discussed. Kita akan rehat sebentar, kemudian nanti kita akan teruskan bersama Maris Khan. Okey, kita teruskan rancangan ini yang dibawakan khas oleh Jiwa SME. Bersama kita hari ini adalah Maris Khan, skateboarding judge dan juga entrepreneur ataupun pengusaha dalam bidang ini. Maris, kita nak sembang sedikit tentang events yang Maris sebutkan tadi, terutamanya dalam event skateboarding yang diusahakan oleh Frontside Media. Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about this particular TV or Frontside TV atau Frontside Media. How are you pushing forward some of the events in this space?
Okay, mostly saya propose dekat Blue Dome. I'm interested. I rasa macam terharu juga sebab Blue Dome berminat untuk buat skateboard ni. Itu saya selalu bertanya, apa ROI korang untuk buat benda skateboard ni? Cakap dia berminat untuk develop untuk muda-mudi ni untuk involve dalam dia orang punya ni dia punya target whatever. So macam okay, since dia nak situ, okay, let's go, kita buat. So from Frontside Media itself sebenarnya kita orang dah buat banyak event for the past. Semua mostly kita orang buat event yang very signature for kita orang selalu buat event tu memang khas untuk that event itself. So when people tengok the event, people will remember that the event is okay, Jurang Berantai. Last time we have part 4, part 5 Jurang Berantai. Semua Jurang Berantai kami boleh main. So even kita explain sikit pasal skateboard dia always tak benda yang sama. The skateboard tak seperti macam bola sepak ataupun badminton using the same size of the court and kalau ni semua court apa pun padang field whatever.
Standard size.
Standard tak. Skateboarding dia evolve, dia akan berubah setiap masa. Dia boleh gunakan dinding, dia boleh macam anything. So we very creativity, kita ada kreatif punya department yang akan fikirkan macam mana this event sesuai untuk buat event apa. So kita takkan continue benda yang sama. So same goes to only kita orang sama akan sampai kat Blue Dome ni, kita akan ubah. Kita akan Blue Dome ada special dia punya special RAM dia. Kita bagi dia kotak jurang berantai. So tadi saya explain kotak jurang berantai itu. So siapa yang datang sini akan saya special lah sebab kenapa akan main benda ni memang tak ada kat tempat lain, even kat Square Park mana-mana pun tak ada. So hanya kat Blue Dome saja boleh main benda ni. So satu kita punya attraction is because of dia punya barang ni dengan dia punya price money lah. Selalu that is what attract people to come to buat untuk dalam ni.
Jadi so acara ni akan berlangsung pada
biasanya kepada 11 bulan 9. Actually dia punya highlights, tapi 10 bulan tu dah ada practice. So in the practice and then kita punya main event is on 11
Who are you targeting? Professional, semi-pro? So budak-budak yang baru nak start.
I dengar pun yang kita orang cuba tarik adalah mostly yang the day before tu sebenarnya ada international event. So we tarik all the international event, kita start dengan diorang untuk datang ke event kita orang. Okay, so bila ada macam Thailand, Indonesia, Singapore, Filipina dan Brunei itself pun datang kat situ untuk involve dengan event ni. Saya dah cakap untuk sebab kita orang skateboarding punya ni is very very tight. So kalau apa-apa event so macam you ada event ni, so why not kita buat event ni, kita merge together to get this event to has many people yang kita boleh dapat lah. Kita jarang nak clashkan event in one day, is very very kita orang cuba mengelakkan because sekarang baru nak start grooming nak buat event. So why not kalau kita cuba cari masa yang boleh kita selitkan untuk semua orang get involved lah.
What is the pathway? Kalau kita fikir pasal an athlete, diorang akan fikir macam I don't know, Olympics, World Cup, that's the pinnacle, So for skateboard skateboarders, do they see a pathway there? Do they contest at?
Dia ada banyak jenis. And an athlete, saya say you as a skateboarder, the athletes, dia ada banyak. Tu cakap ada banyak cabang. Even see macam let's say you punya path you nak fikir as an athlete. Dia ada banyak jenis ada. In skateboarding dia ada satu is competition skater. Means competition you go all the competition kan. Second is the video partnya skater. So video part dia boleh hidup juga. Tapi dia hanya hidup dalam video saja.
It's fine what? If
itu
that is the
itu maksudnya kalau you as athlete bola you tak boleh hidup like that. Dia faham tak? Dia ada banyak diversion ni macam tu. So dia is the same skateboarding tapi dia ada lain karakter yang dia bagi. So as an athlete, so you tengok macam as you know like Tony Hawk is an athlete. Kan? So he's an athlete, so dia masuk dalam game. Tapi pergi ke ada certain macam Damon Song, Guy Marino, you never heard about this guy. Actually he's a skater yang very very famous in skateboarding punya industri. So memang macam Pirot. I say Pirot. You never heard Pirot, tapi dia adalah antara 5% in the world kan who have that 10 signatures in Nike. And he's not a basketballer.
Tak pernah dengar.
Okay, he's not a basketballer, tapi dia ada 10 signatures Nike.
NBA type punya.
Tapi four of the 10 average any is an MBAs, tapi the one is a skateboarder, and then it's not a black person, it's a Chicano.
So because of that, why say for instance Nike gives recognition is because of the strong following that this individual has?
No, because it's a shoe. The shoe is selling fast because skateboarding selling. So the circle of skating selling shoes for, let's say you have a skate, you using shoes. Can one shoes actually can stand you for
berapa lama?
2 months or 3 months saja tau.
What?
Yeah.
Cepat lunyai.
Koyak lah. Koyak inside with the ollie, with the grit tips, everything.
Semua habis.
Semua koyak.
So maknanya recency of purchase tu tinggi.
Betul, dia cepat.
So setahun 4-5 pasang.
Betul. Setahun boleh 4-5 pasang lah. Kalau you and sponsored, yes lah. Tapi you tak sponsored, you need to buy. So when you buy the circle, that's why all the corporate company, all the capitalists ni memang look at this.
Dekat sini lah.
Semua all the big companies New
Are
Balance.
you looking into it yourself? Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe kalau dia dapat buat itu, and it's a good market actually. And so Nike looking at that, it's already there. Adidas, New Balance, DC, Vans, all the huge company in the world sekarang looking at skateboarding. Dia memang dah buat dah lama dah, because they can sell. Itu masalahnya dia buat. Rather than you pergi ke tempat-tempat lain yang benda dia punya circle of buying tu lambat. Circle buying tu lambat. So why not you go to skateboarding? Skateboarding cepat gila. Make sure you have these people, memang senang.
Alright. Kita akan rehat one more time sebelum kita conclude our conversation with Maris Khan, skateboarder of Malaysia. Okey, kita teruskan dengan episod Jiwa SME bersama saya Ibrahim Sani di rancangan Notepad. With us right now is Maris Khan, skateboarding judge as well as entrepreneur. Maris, we want to learn more about the trend ataupun the forecast of this sector. This is a sector that has been around for a long time. Every single time we talk about the skateboarding industry scene, people are going to say tak apa, ini trend je, it's going to die. And people have been saying that for 40 years. It is not going to die. So what's next for the skateboarding industry?
So sekarang kita high fashion dah. Kita dah involve dengan high fashion. So high fashion macam Gucci, kan, Louis Vuitton. Dekat Louis Vuitton sini pun dia ada signature shoes for skateboarder.
Okay.
Ada satu signature shoes for skateboarding punya signature shoes. They involve in skateboarding. You say Supreme. Supreme actually is a huge. Orang cakap sekarang is high fashion. Actually it's a streetwear. Kan, it's a skateboarder punya idea. Sekarang it's a high fashion. Sekarang involve with Louis Vuitton and every high fashion company semua kena ada. So sekarang tak tahu apa yang next, saya rasa dah duduk kat situ lah. Dan skateboarding itself yang macam dulu kita cakap sampah dan budak-budak ni tahu kan, high fashion sekarang. Dia high fashion sekarang ni.
So do you see Malaysian entrepreneur entering this space?
Ya, sekarang banyak. Even last few days I pergi Fashion Week, I tengok
KL Fashion Week.
How they put themselves to push themselves macam streetwear kan, to be in
macam mainstream.
Mainstream dia. Betul lah. I tengok semua nak pakai skateboarding, and even you tengok commercial itself pun semua nak pakai skateboarding.
Okay.
Kan? Commercial itself semua memang nak skateboard. Jangan cakap pasal yang kita cakap pasal kasut tadi. Commercial. Tengok Maxis, apa benda. Semua sekarang ni semua dah involve dengan apa nak tarik semua ni. Sebab ini sekarang Olimpik dah huge. Kan? Even I bercakap, macam Tony pernah cakap kat situ kan, dia kata Olympic need us rather than we need Olympics.
Betul.
It's because of what? It's because sebab Olympics dah boring sukan dia, kan? Contohnya sukan lari, sukan lembing, itu dah purba sukan tu. So now these is people are looking for skateboarding. Even you tahu yang last previous Tokyo punya Olympic, most
yang menang tu Brazilian girl berapa entah 10 years old.
Bukan lah.
Bukan.
Itu SLS kita tengok. Yang SLS. Olympic semua Jepun kutip bawah 18 tahun semua. All the girls semua Jepun kutip bawah 18 tahun.
Wow.
Men satu dapat Japan, the bull Australian. Tapi semua muda. Semua bawah 30 tahun. Muda semua.
So so the skateboarding scene ada the high fashion aspect, the athletes, of course, I don't know,
endorsement macam, sekarang ni.
Right, endorsement. Finally, I want to talk about content macam tadi Mari sebutkan tentang video, skateboard video. Every now and then I'm scrolling on TikTok, there's always a video on skateboard. It's amazing. Do you feel that this is an area that is yet to be untapped at best, particularly on content?
I rasa dia akan lagi evolve lagi bagus lah. Because sebab sekarang ni kenapa ini for my opinion, kenapa skateboarding people are very easy to attach now, because of easy to play. Can bring anywhere, can play anywhere, there's no rules on it, That's why it's very easy for you and everyone semua kalau main. So sekarang pergi office pun you boleh main anywhere, anytime. So macam tu. That is make people suka dengan benda ni, senang dengan benda ni. So saya rasa kalau misalnya for the trend, I tak tahu akan tapi I rasa dia takkan mati lah, because dia belum start lagi punya peak ni. I rasa tak dapat peak lagi. Belum lagi. Jadi kalau orang nak kenal lebih lanjut tentang Frontside Media ataupun the industry of skateboarding, ataupun Mari sendiri maybe dia nak jumpa you personally, boleh. When and where can they find you? Mostly kita ada IG and Facebook Frontside TV lah. So Frontside TV, so DM us or whatever, you can talk to me about events or about
they can meet you at the event itself, right?
Boleh.
11 September atau 10 September?
11 tu saya di situ, 10 dengan 11 saya di situ.
Dekat Blue Domains?
Dekat
Sri Kembangan?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Okay, that's all the time that we have with Maris Khan, skateboarding judge as well as entrepreneur. Please do check out the event that's taking place at Blue Domains at Sri Kembangan. But for now, which is going to happen on the 10th and 11th of September. Okay, if you've missed any part of the show, just head on to extramoney.com, look for more information there. Until then, thanks very much for watching and goodbye.